There's a need for retirement living in Scotland because age demographics are changing. In 20 years' time, more than 1 in 4 of the population will be over 65. But our housing hasn't kept pace with those demographic changes. Currently, less than 1% of the population lives in accommodation which is purpose-built for the older person. We believe that that represents a huge opportunity for developers and investors to consider Scotland for sites for retirement living. There are a few things that need to change to make retirement living successful in Scotland. We need to start by changing the perception of retirement living. Unlike other parts of the world, for example Australia and New Zealand, there's no established culture in the UK which encourages people to seek out specialist retirement accommodation. As a consequence of that, people tend to remain in their own homes for longer until it can no longer provide them with the amenities that they require. There also needs to be a wider range of accommodation choices in Scotland across all tenures and prices within the retirement living sector. Developers and investors should consider retirement living in Scotland because there's growing support at local and national level for this type of accommodation. The Scottish Government have recently recognised that it's difficult for older people to obtain mortgage funding, and they've sought to assist with this by releasing shared equity products for those over the age of 60. The prospect of increased financial assistance, coupled with the high number of individuals who are able to self-fund a move into retirement accommodation from the sale of their own homes, means that there has never been a better time for investors and developers to consider taking advantage of the growing demand.